Aloha and welcome, guys. We are back. We got another Monday, and I just gave the dogs their treats, so hopefully we will be able to keep them quiet for 5 seconds, maybe longer. We'll find out. So welcome, gang. I hope you all had an awesome weekend, busy weekend. My weekend was nuts. I mean, I was over at a mall at a craft fair all weekend, so it was extremely fun. And but I know we got a lot of people in chat that I want to say hi to real quickly. And then we've got a case that actually, for reasons that is really frustrating me right now, I did not find out about actually myself until over the weekend, which is unacceptable in my eyes based off of the fact that this happened here on my own island. And we're going to talk about why I'm frustrated about that as we get further into the thing. But right now we need to actually help get the word out about this gentleman. Okay, Frank Pangelinan, or Pangelinan, and I'm not sure on the exact pronunciations, guys. Sorry about that. But I wanted to make sure that we talk about him, get his story out here, make sure that we're sharing as much information as possible so we can find him and bring him home. And then I want to address 2 other points. One is silver alerts. Half of the states in this country do not have a silver alert in place, and that needs to change, and it needs to change quickly. The other is, as many of you guys know, I used to be a nursing home administrator. I still work with long-term care, and dementia is something that's extremely scary when you're dealing with your kupuna, as we say in Hawaii, our seniors. And I did want to talk because I know a lot of you out there have family, friends who are dealing with dementia. And I want to make sure that we can address what can you do to ensure that your loved one is safe. And if something happens, how to approach it, because this is a nightmare right now. This is a nightmare. And Frank's not the only one in this position. There are many, many others. John Matson, who I covered a couple months ago, so many others. And we need to take this seriously as a country when our seniors are going missing. And we need to come together. So let me say some real quick highs to people in chat real quick. First of all, La Princesa, you are here first again. Yay. Love you, Princess. Love you, my dear. And Chris is my cold case partner in crime, always there with ideas and everything. And thank you so much. I'm going to be getting back onto the cold case stuff as the week goes on. This weekend, 6:45 till 7 at night, 6:45 a.m. till 7 at night. I was busy with this craft fair. So I will be back on to normal schedules here. Yes. Who else? Oh, there's Brand. Guys, Brandy, please welcome Brandy. Brandy is actually helping the family out, helping Frank's family out. She's really, when you're dealing with a missing child, you've got parents that are doing all the emotions and everything and so you've got family and friends who come in to help the parents. When you're dealing with a missing adult senior, you've got children, adult children who are having to go through this nightmare instead. And knowing that you have friends and family who you can lean on is huge. And I know Brandy, I just was able to get in touch with her. So please welcome her to the chat, guys. Butterfly Kisses is here. Hello, Miss Butterfly Kisses. How you doing? Sorry I haven't gotten back to you today. I've been literally trying to get things together for this case. But I love you, my dear. I love you. And I'm happy we're able to talk now on Messenger. So, Cristala, my other right hand in crowd, right hand, left hand, we've got both hands covered. I love you, my dear. And KK, KK may be a little quiet today, but you're here. Sounds good, KK. Love you. And we've been talking actually on the side, KK, on different ideas for having fun on the side, things you can do when you're working on projects. Isabella is here from the Twitch side. Hey, 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 my gang in Twitch. I'm not sure how many of us we have over in Twitch, but we got 2 viewers, which means it's me and Isabella. Hi, Isabella. And also, we are having fun more and more with the Twitch side. So we will see how that grows. Let's see, anyone else here that I'm missing? Louisiana girl, my other person who loves LG, if you can help us with sharing out this story also. Yes, this is one close to my heart because it's on my island, but please, I'm going to cover other stuff that helps everyone here, anyone who has a loved one with dementia. So I'm trying to make sure that whether or not you live on this island, this is a live that will benefit you. Let's see who else is here. I just saw Rosalind. Yes, I did. I saw Rosalind. Hello, Rosalind, my dear. Love you. Love you, love you, love you. Okay, I think that's everyone for right now. So I am going to take this off and give the dogs another treat and bring up the slides as we start. So guys, this is Frank. This is Frank. This is who I found out on Saturday had gone missing, which, like I said, infuriates me. Why does it infuriate me? We have Amber Alerts. Sleuth Mom, hey Sleuth Mom, love you, my dear. We have Amber Alerts out there. We have so many other types of alerts. However, there's one very important alert out there that needs to be spread to all of the states, and we're going to cover this a little more in depth later. He is adorable. I mean, yes, he is so, I mean, the pictures of him, I fell in love with him immediately. And, you came in for angry loco time. You know what, Sleuth, you know what frustrated me? I did not know Frank had gone missing and he lives on my island. I just discovered out Hawaii does not have a silver alert. In 2020, they tried to get it passed, but it did not pass, it looks like. And it pisses me off, really pisses me off. And it's something I'm probably going to be trying to get changed. I got to contact some people in legislation out here and say, guys, no, we love our kapuna out here. We love our seniors out here. We honor them. We respect them. And we need to have a silver alert in place for times like this. So the whole state knows that we have one of our seniors missing. So that's why B Tim, hello, B Tim. Mwah. Welcome, welcome, my dear. And let the tomato throwing happen. And also, oh, my poor Brandy doesn't know all the inside stories we have going on here. So, but this is a great group, Brandy. It really honestly is. So Frank went missing on May 15th. Frank's 85 years old, guys. 85. He has been missing for a week now. Hawaii has, yes, we don't have the cold weather like everyone else has, but it's been rainy off and on here. Okay, anyone, when you get to a certain age, you shouldn't be out and about. You need to be at home where you're safe with your loved ones. That's where he needs to be here. It's been a week and he needs to be home. The news did an amazing job getting the word out initially, and but the problem occurs when you guys know this with the missing in general, because we even ourselves do it, where we talk about someone for a week or two and then someone else pops up and we don't get to follow up, and all of a sudden later you're like, oh wait, were they found or not? And we need to make sure that everyone knows that he is still missing. It's been a week, but he is still missing, and we need more people out there looking for him. We need more people out there sharing his picture. And so, what happened and how did he go missing? Oh my gosh, guys, I just noticed I did not put the little picture up in the upper corner. Let me figure that one out real quickly, gang, because I'm going to go off of the screen in a second and I don't want his picture to disappear. Okay, there we go. So his picture will stay up there during this presentation here. So what we've got here, and oh, I brought the wrong thing up, is he initially went missing. As I mentioned, a gentleman with dementia, And this is Oahu. You guys have seen me show the island I live on. And William, welcome so much, William. And our hearts with you, and we're going to keep the word out. We're going to keep the word out. So this is Oahu, for those of you on the mainland who have never seen Oahu. And the reason why I bring it up is it's important to understand the locations we're looking at. For those of you who are from Oahu that might be catching this video later, please check out these areas. If you're in these areas, we need to keep an eye out because there's multiple areas that he potentially could be right now. So initially what happened was he lives in this area called Ocean Point. Down. This is an area of a beach. Okay, it's near Kapolei and all that West Oahu. So I need my West Oahu gang. West Oahu gang, come together. Let's find them. Okay. Around 2:30 p.m., hey, Ohana, you're one of the neighbors also. Love you. Hey, we're here. We're here. Ohana is, you know what? We don't have to know each other to be Ohana. And we will, okay, all the way from the people here who will send out pictures and keep him up. Awesome. Thank you. I just got some more information from Brandy on that also. So let me just put that down here. Okay. So he, at 2:30, left his home in Ocean Point in this area right here, and decided he was going to go to Home Depot in Kapolei to pick up some light bulbs. Now, guys, Frank has dementia, but it's more early onset. And just because you have dementia does not mean that you can't be out living a life. Okay, things happen at times. Frank's family had done certain things to make sure that they were protecting him as much as they could think of. Okay, there were GPS locators, things like that. And, but stuff happens and things happen. So he was going out, and you want people, you guys know me, okay? I live with my mom, okay? She's very, very independent, and I want her to stay independent. That's why we have this relationship that we have. And so we want, okay, he's out there, okay, trying to live his life. He went out to pick up some light bulbs. Plan was go pick up the light bulbs, come home. And, ooh, Rosalind's crocheting. Have fun, my dear. He took his car, drove it to Home Depot. Okay, give you guys an idea of Home Depot. Okay, you're coming from this area to here. Okay, so it's not too bad. I used to drive this area. I used to work in Eva Beach. So it's definitely, you're coming into this area here, Home Depot. It's an area named Kapolei. Okay, you got Satellite City Hall here. Okay, lots of stuff in this area. So it's not, okay, yes, there's also a lot of land here, and this is what's scary. There is a lot of land, and I know this is what the family is worried about right now. Could he have fallen, gotten hurt, or something like that? So anyhow, he ended up, he went into Home Depot. We don't know for sure if he got into Home Depot, but his car was found in the parking lot of Home Depot. That was the last time he was seen or heard from, was there. As is being mentioned right now by Lisa. Welcome, by the way, Lisa. There were actually two, if I got this right, two different GPS trackers. And that's one of the best things in the world you can do. If you know someone who has dementia, the best thing you can do is actually give them some GPS trackers. The problem is some of you guys know my story. Okay, my mom doesn't have dementia, but we use the GPS trackers to keep track of her keys, okay, or her wallet for her ID card. And we were heading to the airport a few weeks ago for Save Robbie's wedding, and Mom forgot her driver's license. So we came running into the house looking for the ID, for the tag. She had taken it out of her wallet. We found the tag. We couldn't find her wallet for about 20 more minutes. And that's unfortunately what kind of happened in this case. He had two tags. One was in his car, the other was in his wallet. He had taken the tag out of his wallet and left it in the car, from my understanding. And those are the things we can't plan for. They happen. Okay. And it's a nightmare for family when it does happen. And all because you've tried to do everything you can to ensure they're safe. And so while also giving them that freedom and that independence that they need, because the moment people lose their independence is the moment they start going downhill. And you don't want that. And sorry, I've got dogs playing around back here. They are actually being rambunctious right now. And LG, thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you, LG, for covering this tomorrow morning. I really appreciate you. I know, hey, it doesn't matter about Tiny or anything. All it takes is getting it more and more into the algorithm. And also, and there's many reasons for this coverage, whether you live on the island or not. It's about bringing this, the thought of those with dementia going missing to light. So anyhow, Frank, a little bit about him, guys. Okay, let me pull this back up for Frank here. Okay, I did not finish going through his poster here before we go on to the rest. So he went missing out of Kapolei. He's 85 years old, 5'8" and 137 pounds. This is an ex-military guy. He was 30 years in the military. He retired as a sergeant major. Okay, he sounds like he was here in Hawaii when his dad was military. And he actually, I'll point it out on the map in a second because that's a second area that he could potentially be located in. And because his father was actually stationed in Barbers Point, which is in an area called Waipahu. And I'm going to pull that up in just a second because from what I understand, that's where the last tip came in from. But he served in Vietnam not once but twice. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you for sharing that because you guys, this is the part of the greatest generation. Okay, they're the ones, okay, who took care of all of us for all those years. It's our turn to take care of them. And Cajun True Crime, thank you for covering it also. And those of you without a channel, share his picture. Share his poster. That's all we can ask of anyone is just keep all that going. And so he served 30 years in the Army. Okay, my dad was a 30-year Army guy. That's how he turned up in Hawaii. We were over at Tripler. Okay, so another reason why he needs to come home. He needs to be home, guys. Like I said, it's early onset dementia. And now his father was stationed. So even though we actually have this location, and let me pull this up. Sorry, my windows just got really weird. Okay, even though this is where he went missing from, okay, this is Barbers Point housing. He went to high school at Waipahu High School, which is way over here. So he lived here at Ocean Point. Okay, he drove over to Barbers Point. Hawaii has a really good bus system. We have a good bus system out here. We have some of the most amazing, open-hearted people in the world who will drive people places and stuff like that. And so one of the things that has been passed on to me in the last few minutes is that there was a police tip, okay, a tip that came into the police from what I understand, of he lived in Barbers Point and went to Waipahu High School. These are his early memories, and that's what's important here, guys. Dementia. The way dementia works is how it affects the brain and destroys areas of the brain is you start working your way backwards in time. We've talked about this on Cantina before, right? That it's one of the reasons why people with dementia, more advanced dementia, will look at themselves in a mirror and they don't recognize themselves because they're expecting to see the 20 or 30-year-old. So when Lisa here mentions, okay, about Waipahu High School, Barbers Point being his early memories, this is why that's important, because in his head, he's still potentially here at Waipahu High School, right there. So where so many of family, friends and all, the initial search was in this area here, he could very well have worked his way over here to Waipahu, Pearl City area. all those areas in that more, getting a little closer to central Oahu now. And that's why it's important for us to keep the news out there. Okay, because I almost guarantee you, most people on this island probably think he's already been found because they haven't heard anything in the last 2 or 3 days. Okay, that's why we need to keep this out in as many locations as possible. So, couple things with him going back to that. So that gives you, PJ, welcome, my dear. Love you, love you, love you. And I saw you were live earlier. I'm going to go catch you after I'm done with this. And so this gives you an idea of the island, where his home locations are. And for those of you from Oahu who happen to catch this replay, those are the areas that we're right now very focused about. Sleuth Mom, have they been posting flyers? I'm not sure how far the flyers have gotten. There is a flyer that was shared out heavily on the news. 2 different news stations that I caught on to were sharing his story initially. Yes, Lisa is saying yes, they have been. Perfect. And I just sent them the new poster so that they have a social media sized poster that's easier for people to see. Sorry, let me switch over to here real quick. And I'm actually going to switch us back to this and this. And, oh, sorry, I just realized I had that on. Okay. Leohana, I suspect. Church friend Judy has also mentioned he told her he enjoys eating at Panda Express. Okay, so we checked the one near Kapolei Home Depot and Safeway out in Eva. Okay, perfect. There was also a tip that he was possibly seen on Saturday in Hawai'i. I don't know, family might be able to answer this. Did he have a bus pass with him by any chance? It'd be interesting to see if he has that, because our senior bus pass can get him pretty much anywhere on the island. And if he's in those early stages of dementia, he does not have a bus pass. Okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you, Leohana. And so people do know when we're talking Hawai'i, where we're talking about for Hawai'i is North Shore. So this is the 3rd location being mentioned, as they've made 300 plus flyers and almost depleted them. No bus pass. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that information. So there are possible sightings right now, okay, from the area here. I heard some stuff about him potentially being seen in some other locations there too. Hey, Bethea, hello, my dear, and welcome. And Cajun True Crime, no, there is no Facebook page or group right now. There's some news stories, but no actual group type thing. I just got in touch with the family about things, and I will actually kind of talk to them about other options out there for them to keep things, okay, live and fresh out there. But Hawai'i would be up here. So basically he would be getting there, okay, cutting through either H3 and then down, or going, okay, the long way around. Okay, a couple different ways he could have gotten all the way up to Hawai'i up here. There was a lot going on the last couple, 24 hours up here on the North Shore because of the fact Ian Tonge actually won American Idol. So this whole area from here all the way down to this area here was just nuts. Hawai'i flyers give as well. Yes, that's a great point, having that. So yeah, so many possibilities there to keep that out there. So let me come back here to the comments. Okay, yeah, we got the flyers there. And so we'll see what we have. Yeah, I'm so happy for Ian. I was at Pearl Ridge yesterday, and I just, so from what I'm hearing, he has never really been one to use the bus because probably had a car of his own, no need to. So how he could be getting around, but people get around on this island, guys. We get along on this island. Couple other things. I know the family was really working on trying to get local, and you guys know, gang, you guys know this as well as I do, and I know you're going to ask all the questions that are important. okay, phone access, all these different things. Okay, they walked around Haleiwa all day, also was spotted by a person on a boat in a marina next to Haleiwa. So that's two different people in Haleiwa who may have seen him, gang. So that's also very, very possible, big possibility there. I agree. The picture in the yellow is stinking cute, really cute. What's important about that yellow picture, the one with the yellow shirt, is what he's wearing on his hand. Okay, we've got a couple things, guys. This family has it together with getting information. Okay, number one, when he went missing, okay, he was wearing this t-shirt that you see on the right hand side. It's kind of a muted teal, turquoise t-shirt with kind of like a wave pattern on it. That is the t-shirt he was wearing when he went missing. He was also wearing shorts. Okay, slippers, black slippers. For those of you on the mainland, flip-flops. Okay, that's what he was wearing, guys. Okay, how many? Now, yes, local style, we wear slippers. We're comfortable in our slippers and all. But that many days in a row walking outside where it's hot, on hot cement, stuff like that. Okay, he didn't have a jacket with him. Things, I get cold here at night, guys. You guys joke with me all the time about it when I say, oh, it's 74 degrees. I'm cold, but we do get cold. And as seniors, we get even colder. Okay, if you think about your grandmas, your grandpas and all, they tend to be cold all the time. And it's part of aging. And the last thing, sorry, puppy wants up. Say hi, everyone. Hello. The last thing that's important to know that he was wearing is this watch. That is the watch he had on. And so, guys, we talk all the time about having information to be able to really be able to see and say, oh my gosh, I do see that shirt. I have seen that shirt somewhere. Or, oh, wow, yeah, I recognize that watch because that watch is larger on his hand. It's not like something real tiny and small or something. It's something you're going to recognize right away. And so information to keep it out there is what's great on that. And if I need to, we will update the posters. Okay, I did have the t-shirt. I actually updated the poster because I started thinking that was the t-shirt they were talking about. I can update it again with the watch. The glasses. You notice he's wearing glasses in every single picture there. Glasses, big time news there. So one of the big things right now is getting as many people around this whole island looking for him. Getting people in Kapolei, Ewa Beach, Haleiwa now. Businesses, check your video. I know it's humbug. Okay, I know it's humbug. Sorry, guys. I know it's frustrating to do. Sorry, I go into local style. Sorry about that. But it's important right now because he may have walked in and picked something up or just walked in and said hi, had a conversation with someone, and you didn't catch it at the time. So, oh, blue lanyard. Thank you. So yes, blue lanyard. I'd forgotten about that one. So thank you so much for reminding me about that and pointing out because I am missing some comments here too. So thank you, Kay, for mentioning that one to me. Sorry. So yeah, the blue lanyard. So many things there that we can take a look at. Please look at LE. Sorry, Louisiana girl, who are you talking about? Sorry, my dear. Are you talking about the lanyard bit that KK just mentioned or some? Oh, Lee, please. Oh, okay, got it. The Lee Ohana, please screenshot any valuable info. Okay. Oh, yeah. No, totally. We need to share anything possible, guys. We've got an awesome group of people here. Okay, a lot of YouTube creators here that are willing to get facts and just the facts out. No worries, LG. No worries. It took me a second to figure out we do have a Lee family in the chat. We've got an amazing group, and that's one reason why I wanted to bring it to this group. Because, like I said, what has frustrated, and I'm going to keep, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go talk about his poster one more time. And then, guys, those of you who are here, please don't dip out right after this, because there's some important information. At this point, I want to talk about two huge bits of things that we need to look at: silver alerts and dementia, okay, and wandering. But before I go into that, I do want to come back here real quickly and look at his poster one last time. And we will look at it one more time before we finish. That one I promise you. But right now, he's been missing for a week as of now. Okay. Kapolei, Hawaii is where he went missing from. He could be in multiple areas by now. 85 years old. 5'8", 137 pounds. He was military. He served 30 years. He retired as a sergeant major, 2 times in Vietnam. 137 pounds, gray hair, brown eyes. He has dementia and was last seen in the Home Depot parking lot. Guys, he does have dementia, but because it's early onset, anyone who happens to be talking to him may not even realize he has dementia, gang. I may have, if I had been out in one of these areas on Friday, I could have very possibly had run into him at a store and talk story with someone and been talking with him and had no idea. So please, please recognize dementia does not necessarily mean that they cannot talk about things. The lanyard is royal blue with white writing that says IPA, which is Island Pacific Academy, with keys attached. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you for that. Mods, if you can do me a favor and type that into mod chat so that I can update that correctly, because I will update the poster, because I think that is good information, that as well as the rest of the information we've got. So thank you guys so much for that. Oh, William. Yes, William. And that's where I'm going to go into that. Actually, let me finish this up, because I'm going to go into it, because I'm actually going to contact, Gene Ward is actually one of our legislators out where I live. And I'm going to be doing the same thing. And if we could get a couple of our legislative party members to do this. It happened in 2020, and for some, I think 2020 or 2020, and for some reason it didn't pass. God help me why they would not pass a silver alert system. We have the infrastructure in place already. Doesn't make sense to me. Thank you so much, Christola. So again, he has dementia. At the time of his disappearance, he was wearing a turquoise green t-shirt with a wave pattern. The picture shows that shirt. Beige shorts, black slippers, and glasses. We also know he has a blue lanyard with keys on it with white writing saying IPA. And also he has his watch. Big important thing there. Definitely, William. Yes. Yep. Senator Elefante, definitely a big key person to get in touch with there. So if you have any information in Hawaii, I'm going to say 2 things here. Number 1, 911 or Crime Stoppers. I've got the number for Crime Stoppers there, but I'm going to ask one other thing, guys. Because he has dementia and he is mobile, okay, if you see him, don't just say, oh, I saw him. Okay, take a brain note and be like, okay, I was over at the McDonald's over at this location, and go home and then call. Okay, do me a favor. Most people have cell phones. If not, ask for someone's cell phone. Call 911. Let them know you have eyes on Frank right now. Don't leave until police have gotten there. Please sit with him. If you're worried he's going to walk away or something like that, then stay at a distance. Just keep eyes on him, guys. And that goes with any time we're dealing with a missing person, okay, especially seniors that could be walking away, but quite a lot of different, okay, missing people. It's an important thing for. So just something I wanted to ask people to please do. Now, I am a lot of this, I'm going to keep coming back to this picture because I want to keep his picture up as we talk about this. Silver alert. like I said, I am beside myself that you guys have known. I have been covering missing people for how many months now? Over a year now. And I did not know about Frank until, oops, sorry, dog. Sorry, Cassie. I did not know about Frank until the weekend, 5 days later. That's infuriating. That's infuriating that my best friend had to tell me about him. Not just one best friend, but a second one. Thank God, two of my good friends actually sent me, one sent me a messenger and the other, he and I talked about it on the car ride to Pearl Ridge. There's no excuse for that. Okay, I'm gonna switch something real quickly here. I looked up information on Silver Alerts, gang. Okay, this is the information I found. We are a country that owes so much to our seniors. Okay, they have raised us. They have done all these things. Okay, in this case, he fought in war for us. And we have systems in place in only 28 states right now called Silver Alert. We have 9 additional states that have something similar. So we've got a good number of states, very good number of states, but we have an alarmingly high number of states have nothing in play. Nothing in play on stuff. Hawaii has 0. This is unacceptable. Exactly, Lisa. This is freaking unacceptable. How the hell can, I'm speaking from the Hawaii point of view right now. How the hell can we talk about respect for our kupuna and yet we have nothing in place for them right now? Like I said, because of the fact we don't have Silver Alerts and stuff like that in place, we probably have a lot of people out there in the public who think Frank is at home right now. And we have how many people who may have been able to catch him if there had been a Silver Alert sent out rather than depending on 2 local news stories. Okay, channels covering the story, which God bless them for covering it. Okay, God bless them for covering it. And, but it would have been so nice if there was something else further. So I'm asking all you guys, I'm pulling this up right now. Take note of where you live, okay? These here, there's 37 states and DC that have Silver Alert or similar programs out of all the states in the union. And also, definitely, let me take a look. Sorry, I just got a message. Definitely, if you could mention to try to strike with Frank in case he feels. Okay, definitely. I will definitely do that. Actually, guys, real quickly, before we go on with that, wanted to add one last thing, guys. For those of you who may be living here and may come across him, okay, there's some information that would be nice to know. Because sometimes, if you had some strange person walk up to you and you were confused to begin with, you might be scared and kind of back away and stuff like that. So if you happen to run into him, and this is actually great information for anyone who walks up to someone who's missing, try to strike up a conversation with him. Okay. Mention things. In this case, his daughter's name is Patricia. Okay. Patricia Artie. His wife is Helga. Pangelinan. He lives on Kaiko Street. So his daughter is Patricia, his wife is Helga, and he lives on Kaiko Street. Light bulbs. Just talk about light bulbs at Home Depot. Talk to him about how, oh my gosh, yeah, prices have gone up recently for that. All sorts of different things that you can bring up, okay? We know where he went to high school. Talk to him about the high school. Yes, little things like rice. If you live in Hawaii, talk about rice, okay? Talk to him. Does he like spam musubi? Okay, all those things. Try to come up with things that you can just talk with him. Okay, let him know, okay, things and all, because his family loves and adores him and they want him back. Okay, he has a daughter. Talk to him about his daughter as a little girl. Okay, all these things that we can talk to about them. And we'll keep doing, you guys know me, I'll keep this, okay, the story will keep coming here. We'll keep talking about it. Okay, and try to keep things going here. Going back to this, and yes, family, if you guys have anything you guys want, please, please, please feel free to share, okay, in chat or privately. Either way works completely. And yes, I think I got everyone covered that is a channel if you guys want to share any information out with channel creators, with family, or vice versa. Christola, she does not have mine yet. So if anyone would like to share my email with them, I do have them on Messenger now. That was just on a whim. I actually sent them something and it came together real quickly right before. So yeah, but anything we can do on Talking Story. Oh, sorry, there's a typo there, no E. And what you can, yeah, Louisiana girl has the idea. Exclamation point email should give you my, my email address. Gangs are actually here. I got something else which might actually help even better, but I have to think, and I don't think real well, do I? There we go. You can email me at that, gang. And sorry, I do not think real well at times, do I? Yeah. So my mind goes all cup of coffee at times. So, and yeah, Michelle, perfect. It's okay to say, hey, hi, Frank. How you? It's good to see you. One thing people who have dementia know is that they know in the back of their mind that they might have forgotten people. So sometimes they will cover for that. So they may not even know that you don't know them, but he might be like, oh, shoot, I know this person. Kind of like we even do without dementia, we do it. Okay, I like that. Yeah, it's good to see you. Your wife told me where you were, and I couldn't wait to see you. And also, that's a great idea. Really great idea there. And also, let me take this down so I can share this out now. So, for you, gang, all of us, whether we're Hawaii or anything, this is a change. We've got a lot of work we need to do on our alert system in general. We've discussed that before. But guys, take a look here. Do you see your state here? This first group of 28 are people that actually have silver alerts. If your state is listed here, you have a silver alert in place. Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Connecticut, District of Columbia, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Mississippi, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, North Carolina, Oklahoma, North Dakota, Oregon, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin. Those states have an actual silver alert system in place. The next ones have a system in place. They have a program, but it's not called Silver Alert. So in my eyes, they got a program. Alabama, Colorado, Georgia, Kentucky, Michigan, New Hampshire, New York, Ohio, and Virginia. And then the following 10 have missing person alert systems with broader criteria than a conventional alert system. So usually these are your endangered person type people that we talk about. Delaware, Idaho, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Pennsylvania, South Dakota, Utah, Wyoming. Guys, I don't believe there's how many states that don't have anything whatsoever. We've talked about in the past, this should be something that's just national. Okay, amber alerts, silver alerts. They need to be national at this point. If the states cannot come up with their own plans to have it, okay, fine. It needs to be taken over at this point because we need to make sure people are safe. Going back to this real quickly. Michelle said, I swear in 22 years I have been doing this, no one has ever said to me, I don't know you. They usually will be so happy to feel like they aren't lost and someone found them. Yes, exactly, Michelle. People like to talk to other people. And I think as you get older, you even like talking even more. Okay, my grandpa was one, he loved to talk story, loved talking story. I mean, my grandpa could talk story with a tree, to be honest. He just loved to talk. I mean, he'd find a way to talk to anything. And I don't mean that as dementia. He actually didn't have dementia. He just loved to talk. That's all. So, yeah, so definitely things there. And now, if you live in one of those states that does not have that silver alert, I'm going to ask you to take on some homework. Try to find your local legislator, city council member, whoever it is. Contact them. Tell them that we care about our seniors. And we have systems in place for Amber Alerts. It can't be an issue of, well, it costs money to put the system into play. Because the system's there. We just need to dovetail and hop on top of it. So I know already I'm going to be contacting people. Okay, we already have here some other people, at least here in Hawaii, that are going to get contacted. Please, let's stand up for our seniors as much as we stand up for the children. Okay, the same way we say runaways count also. A runaway is in as much danger, if not more danger, than a 10-year-old child. Our runaways are in serious danger. They're the ones being trafficked. And also, please, our seniors deserve that respect from us. And we need people keeping an eye, because unfortunately, as seniors, they're the ones that most of us, when we see them, we don't think that they're missing. Okay. If you see a teenager at a really weird time or a weird place, you're kind of, your alarm bells go off. If you see a child you definitely, but no. Okay, seniors, you can't tend to not even think that way. And so definitely things there. So agree, he is just as important. He is someone's dad, husband, uncle, friend. And I know so many people with seniors. John Matson, his family stuck with it. Okay. And it took forever, but they kept pushing and they kept pushing for an answer. Hey, here she goes. Love you, my dear. Love you, love you. Now, the next thing I wanted to do, because I really felt bad talking about this and not giving some solutions to people, gang, and this is why I'm asking people to stay and stick this out. Guys, put a 1 in chat right now if you have a loved one, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, neighbor, whoever, who has dementia. Put a 1 in chat if you have someone like that. Put a 2 in chat if you do not. If you do not know anyone and you are not close to anyone who has dementia, put a 2 in chat. Put a 1 in chat if there's someone close to you in your life. Okay, there we go. We have some 1s. There are going to be 2s. I didn't know anyone who had dementia until I reached a certain part of my life. And then all of a sudden I had tons of them. And, hey, JP, justice for Ariel. Yes. And definitely justice for Ariel. That's another one that we are not dropping. Nope, not happening. And also 1s. Okay, so there we go. Every one of us at some point in our life is going to meet someone who has dementia. We are either going to have a family friend or we are going to have an actual, next door neighbor or someone with dementia. Okay, but yep, LG, not currently, but you've had in the past. So what I wanted to do is real quickly go, you guys know my background is nursing home administrator. I've actually opened nursing homes specific to dementia. And I'm not going to go through this whole article. However, if you come over to Discord, we'll share the article out with everyone. And maybe someday I need to actually do a live about this. Oh no, Brandy, does it? Oh, you know what? It's going to do that. If you want to send it to me, Brandy, send me your email through here. It's doing it because you're not a moderator right now. It's part of the moderation stuff. So if you send me your email here and let me know if it's okay to share with anyone, or is it just for me or whatever, and then I can pass things out to people. I promise. Rosaline, I got you. And I love you so much. I've known Rosaline for years now, and I adore her. And it's hard. This is one of the hardest things. It's been in the past for you, Chris. There you go. So this stuff here, let me go real quickly over to a different page and not mess up my diamond painting. Let me go down here. Okay, so we're going to go through a couple of these things, not all of them, but a couple of them, because I think it's important for all of us at this point in our life to actually address this. Okay, so there's many things we can do to make sure that we are protecting our loved ones or our friends or anyone, a neighbor even, who has dementia. And a couple of the things I did want to go through, and first of all, Alzheimer's Association, guys, has so much wonderful information out there. There's also some amazing YouTubers out there. Teepa Snow has some of the greatest stuff if you have a loved one with dementia on how to deal with someone with dementia, how to get them to eat, how to get them to take a bath, things like that. So really great information there. Oh, you're welcome, Michelle. You're welcome. Thank you. And we'll keep it up. We'll keep it up even beyond this. JP, you know what? Actually, I saw something from JP. In fact, I got to go over his direction too. So I need to fix that, JP, by the way. And I just haven't had time today. So let me go here, down here. So when we have someone with dementia, there's certain things we can do. Okay, we want to create patterns, schedules. Repetition is good. It's really good at that point. So certain things I did want to mention. Okay, first and foremost, we talk about GPS. Okay, Frank's family did this. They did a great job with the GPS. This is something, for example, when I opened up the nursing home that I did that was focused on dementia, we actually had the bracelets and stuff like that. Well, one of the things we would talk to families about was actual, GPS stuff. And you do have different things. Jinx, Crystal, LG, Jinx. And also, so anyhow, getting a GPS, whether it is, we now have the Apple Air tags. We have so many different tags out there that can be utilized. Now, one thing, unfortunately, that happens is those are only as good as the person keeping them with them. And unfortunately, in a lot of cases with dementia, the person does not want to accept they have dementia, or they continue wanting to prove that they can do without stuff. So they may take them out of the containers and stuff. So like in this case, they had a GPS tag in his wallet. Same with me and my mom with her wallet. And they literally took them out and put them somewhere else. For one reason or other, who knows what the reason is? It happens. And it happens a lot. So there are other things that can be done. Say you have a loved one who always wears the same jacket, for example. You can literally get one of those, and I know it's a lot of work. You can sew it into certain areas, okay? And then, yes, you got to open when you wash or things like that, but there are ways of doing it. You can put it in pockets of jackets that don't get washed but once every couple weeks or something like that. Okay, those little things that you can do are awesome on that level. Phones. Seniors and phones are an awesome thing because of the fact that there is that GPS connection as long as they're charged. So they're not foolproof. But that's another thing. Watches. The watches can be huge. Again, they need to be charged. The unfortunate thing with the Apple Watch nowadays is after about a day, they're no good. So you need to, there's things you can do, but you've got to realize they're not 100%. Christola, thank you so much for posting the caring.com stuff. Caring.com has awesome information, by the way. So other things you can do is, like they mention here, work on developing, plans with the person. Hey, AJ, welcome, my dear. Mwah. Welcome, DC, actually. And meet with people to go over the schedule of what's going on that day. Okay, what is your loved one's plans for the day? That way, even first of all, you know what their plans are. But even beyond that, you're helping to solidify for them what they are doing. So they're less likely to be going out and going outside of that schedule, hopefully. So go through with each other what the plans are. And if traveling becomes a problem, driving becomes a problem, taking the keys, that's one of the hardest things to do. I've had to literally take keys away from residents before, and it's one of the hardest discussions to have. But it's an important discussion. Also preparing your home. And we're not going to go through all of this, but we're going to go through certain areas of it a little bit more because there was some great information I hadn't even heard about in here. Okay, number one, as further down the thing. Now, this would not have necessarily helped with Frank, but putting deadbolts out of the line of sight. If they can't be seen, okay, they're not going to be being used. Okay, use your night lights. We have a lot of seniors, especially with dementia. Sundowning is a real thing, and it's based off of the changing in lighting and all sorts of stuff and how it works with the brain and all that. So using night lights throughout the house. First of all, trying to keep light in the house. In fact, there's some nursing homes that will keep light up full force. That way you don't have that thing going all over the place. But the other thing is also just for danger's sake. Okay, as we get older, we do not see things as clearly. Things are more blurry, cataracts, stuff like that. So having those night lights. This sounds crazy, but just covering the doorknobs. If you have a loved one who you're worried about actually walking out, okay, and they're not early, they're later stages, covering the doorknobs with the same color as the door because they can't see the difference between those colors. So they're not going to recognize there's a doorknob there if you cover it with the same color as the paint is. Camouflage doors. How is there a deadbolt that can't be just, up super high? Okay, most likely. Yeah, you could go super low, I guess, too. So, but that's just an option. It might be, or painting the deadbolt a different color to kind of blend in with the door. Might actually work real well in that cases. AJ ended his live early to make a mental note to do shorter streams on Mondays. You got it, my dear. So camouflage the doors. Use black. Okay, this is an interesting thing. When you've got dementia, for some reason, and also as you get older in general, that color of black is a big open hole, especially with dementia. So if you have a doorway and you take black tape and you tape a large square in front of that doorway and around that doorway, they see it as a huge hole. They're less apt to walk on it because if you walk into a hole, boom, you're falling into the hole. Believe it or not, it works. I've seen people come up to a black line that we've actually taped out and step over that line because they think it's a drop off. Butterfly kisses. If you suddenly go, there's an emergency going on. So will do. Prayers going your way, my dear. Prayers your way, my dear. Take care of yourself. Having warning bells on the doors, monitoring devices. If the door's open, a lot of places will actually use those in long-term care. This one was interesting. Having a pressure sensitive mat in front of the door. We see this in nursing homes when people fall out of bed. Okay, you have the pressure-sensitive mat under them. Okay, maybe having it in front of the door so if they step on it, there's an alarm. And immediately you're alerted to the fact, someone's getting ready to go out of the door. Might work for children, too. Cristola Loco, when my granny had it, it made me feel like I feel when I sleepwalking. It's like a feeling when you wake up and people say you did something you didn't remember then waking up. Yes. It's a hard one, and you don't want to fight with people who have dementia because, again, you got to realize they're thinking differently than most of us are thinking. And like I said, I've told the story before in Cantina of a resident who would say to their loved ones every day, I escaped last night, and I walked outside, and I fell down the hill into that little gully back there, and it was raining, and we were on flat land. There's no gully, and it wasn't raining for days and days and days, but they had this, and you either fight with it, and you're never going to get anywhere by fighting with it, So you just kind of work with it. And use safety gates. This was very interesting here. Put hedges or a fence around your patio. Okay, if you have a lanai, having something to kind of prevent people from just wandering into that next area. And yes, it is a brain injury of sorts. Oh no. Okay, butterfly kisses will do. Keeping you in my heart, my dear. Let me know what's going on. I'll double check text messages as soon as I'm done with this. Love you, butterfly kisses. And people with dementia. And oh, okay, we'll do LG. Cute palette cleansers are really good. Ooh, do we got a puppy cleanser? That'd be nice. And people with dementia have a really hard problem with excessive stimulation. So keeping things calm, keeping things quiet, because if they're more stimulated, they're more apt to wander around. And okay, because their mind starts going faster and faster. So doing that, creating common areas, both in and out. One of the nursing homes that I helped create actually had a garden outside. Okay, it was on the third floor. Third floor? Yeah, third floor. Okay, but it was a garden outside where they could come, and I literally had a walkway like it was a sidewalk going through it with cross streets and stuff like that. And people would stop, they'd see the stop sign and they'd stop, and then they'd look, and then they'd continue on and stuff like that. But it gave them a place they could go and explore, garden if they wanted, things like that. Have signs. If there's a door they're not supposed to go out of, put a sign up and let them know. Let them know that they should not be doing that. Certain items are going to tell people, oh, I should be leaving right now. If they walk by a countertop and they see their keys there, or their wallet, their purse, hat, coat, whatever, and they see that, they may grab it and be like, oh my gosh, I got my key. I gotta go. I'll see you guys in a while, because they've seen their keys and they're connecting all that with each other. So important thing there, just put those things out of the area. Don't leave them in a car. It's the same as a child. You're not going to leave them in a car. Planning ahead. Okay, there's a bunch of programs out there that will help with wandering services, the same way nursing homes have them, where if you walk out the door, you could actually set off alarms and stuff. They do that. Now, yes, they're expensive sometimes, but check into it. You might find out there's special deals that they have, or they might have special, programs for people. Maybe your local Alzheimer's Association has some ideas for you. So letting them know. Talk with the family. Okay, I mean, family and friends, neighbors. Okay, yes, having Ring helps. Really, honestly, it does help, Christola. Okay, if people are actively recognizing changes in your loved one with dementia, it helps. If they notice they see that person walking out with a jacket and they never wear that jacket, they're alerted to something. Oh, something's going on. There's a change in patterns going on. If they start seeing that that person's wandering around more often, okay, hey, it may have only happened once with that person, but it may have happened once with 4 or 5 different people. And if you come together, you realize you have a new pattern starting up. So talk with neighbors, friends, family. LG is saying, yes, my great-grandmother had Alzheimer's, and she was in a care home that was multiple floor dedicated to different floors. No TV music from the era that they were familiar with. It was yes, and that is actually true. I used to have different boxes with different types of jobs, for example. We had certain times that, it was 50s. Okay, things like that. It made people feel more comfortable. And if they're comfortable and they're content, they're less able to go wandering off in later times, of course. Know your neighborhood. Okay, identify dangerous areas, because guys, this is the problem. This is what scares right now all of Frank's family and his friends. Is he has been missing for a week now. He has been out wandering around. Could he have fallen into a ditch? Okay. Could he have, okay, be out in, let me see if I can, I showed you earlier, there's large areas of land. Could he be in one of those large areas and tripped and fallen or something like that? And the problem is there's only so many people who are out searching right now. So how do you get people out there to look in all these areas? That's where we need help. Okay, that's where we need people keeping an eye out, because some people may have open areas behind their house. And if they just took a moment to walk out to the end of that open area and walk back and make sure no one was there, that's all that was needed. So recognize the area. What is in that area? And create a list. And this is what Frank's family did so perfectly, guys. And they may be right on it from what we're seeing too. Okay, create a list of places that the person may have wandered to. Where did they go to school? Okay, where did they go to shop? Where did they live? Where did they go to church? What were their favorite restaurants? Okay, I don't know. Did Frank love Anna Miller's, for example? Or there's certain places out in Pearl Ridge, for example, that are people love to go. Okay, if you know those things, you can kind of zero in. And they're recognizing already some of those zero in places may have actually been perfectly zeroed in on. Other areas like Hawai'i, it's like, okay, something possibly in Hawai'i, who knows, but something possibly. So figuring that. And then when someone does go missing, this is where we are right now with Frank and with thousands of others across the U.S. right now. Okay, start looking immediately. Don't wait. Don't wait. Yes, in the majority of cases, dementia disappearances solve on their own fairly quickly. In the case of Frank, yes, he'd wandered away before, but it was always for a couple hours and then he was back home. And so people sometimes might get into this idea, and I'm not saying that's what happened here. I don't think that happened at all in this case. But sometimes people are like, well, if I just give it a couple hours, they'll come back home. No, look immediately. Okay, start trying to figure out if they went in this direction, start. And what's mentioned here, consider whether they're right-handed or left-handed. Most of us follow based off of what hand we are. I'm right-handed. So if I'm wandering around a place, I tend to take right turns more often. Someone who's left-handed might find themselves going in the left more often. We follow our dominant direction. So if you have a child, for example, who goes missing in a store, follow based off of that dominant direction that they may be following. You might find them quicker that way. Okay. Most people who wander away are found within 1.5 miles of where they disappeared. So start off in that. Unfortunately, we are now a week later. We need to be looking further. Okay, but that's usually where you're looking at. Cajun true crime, I'd never noticed that either, about that, the right versus left-handed. But when I read it and I thought in my head when I go to a store or something like that, yeah, I usually do that. I'm not sure if left-handed people find that out too, but definitely me as a righty, that definitely. Check your local landscapes, look for ponds, tree lines, fence lines, okay? A lot of people find themselves in brush, okay, in those areas. They're not out in the areas we normally would think we would be, sidewalks. They've wandered off. Okay, if they've wandered in past places, look in those past places. Okay, and if the person is not found within 15 minutes, call 911. Get the police involved. Let them help you find someone. Okay, so get them involved. So there's so much great information out there for families. You just need, it's looking at it because it's scary. It's scary. And so with that, what I want to do is real quickly, because I'm going to try to get back in touch with Brandy and all that once we get done with this. And for those of you who want to, I am going to update the poster. So even though I shared on Facebook, the Facebook group, I'm going to redo all of that because I want to add the latest information into it. But after that, please keep an eye out. As for Cajun True Crime, I don't worry, guys. For those of you who are going to try, I just thank you for being willing to try to bring his face to other people. Trust me, it's like me. Even, okay, me, I had problems with the last name, for example. Okay, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What it comes down to is the information's there. Okay, those of you who do want to cover, okay, some of the locations and stuff like that that we were talking about. Okay, let me go through actually. He was in Ocean Point is where he lived, in Eva Beach. EWA is Eva Beach. Kapolei is where the city where Home Depot was. Kapolei, and I can send you guys this stuff privately. But don't worry, if you say it wrong, you say it wrong. It's totally fine. We just need to bring him home. We need to bring him home right now. Okay, Hawai'i is that North Shore place. But you know what? Even if you are one of those who say the like highway instead of like, that's fine. Okay, because you've tried. And yes, butterfly kisses. I think I saw part of it come through and I saw a couple words there. I just didn't get to read the whole thing, but I will read it as soon as I'm done. For sure, butterfly kisses. So again, this is the gentleman we're looking for. And in the end, yes, we talked about silver alerts. We talked about protecting our loved ones in the future, but I wanted to bring us home with this. Okay, and that is Frank. We need to bring Frank home. Exactly, Cajun True Crime. That's what we need to do right there. So Frank, again, these are important pictures right here. You see Frank's adorable little face there. Okay, but even more importantly, you see the green shirt he was wearing when he went missing. Okay, a kind of turquoise, a muted turquoise teal colored shirt with a wave type pattern on it. His wrist for his watch. Okay, all those things. As Christola is posting right now, he's 85 years old. I adore him. He looks so cute. And he's 5'8" and 137 pounds. Gray hair. Okay, gray hair with a little bit of a hairline there. And also glasses that you're going to definitely hopefully notice. It weighs 137 pounds. Honolulu Crime Stoppers, 808-955-8300. Talk with him. If you are there, don't leave him. If you see him, don't leave him. I don't know if it is a tattoo sleeve. I don't think so. If I hear that he has a tattooed sleeve, I'll let you know, LG. I don't think he does. But I will verify that. Not sure if anyone's still here. Sorry, puppy's still here. And can clarify that. I don't think there is a tattoo sleeve on him. I think it's just as we get older and you can see the blood vessels and stuff like that more. But keeping the eye, if you see him, don't leave him. Sit with him. Talk story with him. Leo Hana's still here. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Leo Hana. Okay. Talk with him about his wife, Patricia. His wife Helga, or his daughter, Patricia. You don't remember him having one. Okay. I wasn't thinking that he did. So from what I see, but I think sometimes we get dark colors underneath our skin just because of age. Talk to me. He lives on Kaiko Street. Okay. He was going to Home Depot to get light bulbs. Okay. He loves his rice. Like any other person who lives in Hawaii, you love your rice, okay? I mean, even when you can't eat much of it. And also, whatever we can do on just keeping him there, call 911 and wait until they get there, okay? Because hopefully, guys, this is how I feel right now. There is a chance he was seen, okay, on Saturday in Hawai'i. Yes, his hair. Yes, Cajun true crime, big time. It's a week. He has not shaved. He is probably not shaved in a whole week. So he could have more facial hair at this point. Very, very good point. Oh, I see what you're talking here. No, sorry, that is not a tattoo. Sorry. That is actually a picture, a larger part of a larger picture, and I think it's part of someone else's arm. It's a someone else's shirt, I think is what that is. I see what you're meaning now. But yes, he has been missing for a week now. So his facial hair definitely, maybe much longer. So if you guys could please, okay, yeah, that is definitely, we all figured it out. So if you guys can help me out with that, I'm going to work on the poster real quickly, updating that. I will let you know if anything happens that we can help with beyond just sharing out the information. I know they've already done tons of posters. You guys do know posters can get expensive to do. We're hoping we can actually get the local news to do another news story so people know that he has not been found yet. And if he was seen in Hawai'i on Saturday, there's a good chance he's still out there. There's a very good chance he's still out there. Okay, so thank y'all so much for coming in. Wednesday, we're going to be over at Sleuth Mom's channel, and we will be doing our Wednesday talk story bit, and who knows what we'll be talking about. We will find out probably on Wednesday morning. And but I hope to see all of you guys over at Sleuth's channel. And let me real quickly just do this because I'm not sure if everyone knows this link. But there you go. So please join us over at Sleuth's channel on Wednesday. Take a quick screenshot. I will see what I can do on adding everything onto the poster and sharing it out. Love each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys always for your support for everyone in chat. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you for showing the love, caring, and respect that each of you guys always do in this chat. You always do it, and I love you for that. So Wrigley is whining in my ear right now. I'm sitting here hearing this. What? You want to say goodbye? Is that it? You want to say goodbye to everyone? Okay. Say goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. Anyhow, talk to y'all later. Aloha. Love each and every one of you guys. And seriously, gang, thank you. Mahalo. And I love each and every one of you.